Okay, yeah, so for the Word program, for me to create these products and sums, or the productation summations, this is the way they should be viewed. So, I know they look a little different on your paper, so you might want to rewrite them so you know how they should be viewed. Okay? So, a summation, right? Summation. Okay? A summation is basically when we add each time. Right? Productation is when we multiply each time. Okay? So, what I mean by that is pretty simple. I'm going to plug in this number for x. So I have 3 times 3 plus 2, okay? And then I'm going to add the next number. So the number after 3 would be 4, right? So 3 times 4 plus 2. Then I'm going to add the next number. 3 times 5 plus 2, right? Then I'm going to add the next number. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Plus 3 times 6 plus 2. Then I'm going to add the next number. Plus 3 times 7 plus 2. And then I'm going to add the last number, which is 3 times 8 plus 2. And that's the summation from 3 to 8. Okay? So once I figure out what these numbers are, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, right? 9 plus 2. Then we have 12 plus 2 is 14, right? And then we have 15 plus 2 is 17, right? And then you'll notice they're going up by a certain amount each time because this is a linear function, right? They're going up by 3s, right? You notice how the 3 is multiplied against the x? So they're going up by 3 each time. So then, if that's true, then this next one should be 20, right? And if you take 3 times 6, you get 18 plus 2, which is 20, okay? So, we're taking these numbers, 20, and then 23, and 26, right? And double check, make sure it's 26, it's 24, plus 2, which is 26. So we're good. We know we're doing it right, okay? And so what we're really doing is we're taking 11 plus 14 plus 17 plus 20 plus 23 plus 26, okay? Then I'm going to show you a little trick that we use when we're doing big, long sums like this. Now, this isn't a big, long sum. A big, long sum is when they did it to me in college, and that was from 3 to 100. Try doing that one on your own, okay? We didn't have calculators that actually did the summation for us. We could tell it to do an algorithm, and then we could do it. We could program the calculator to do it for us, but we had to be pretty intelligent to do so, which we were, okay? So, intelligent and lazy, right? Alright, so, but another way to think about this is like, okay, I notice this has a 4 and this has a 6, right? So right away, I'm going to take those two guys. This has a 7 and this has a 3. So right away, I'm going to take those two guys. This has a 0, so I have that one all by itself, right? So what I'm saying there is, I'm taking these guys, right? And I got what, 30, 40, right? And then I got these guys. And I have 30, 40, right? And guess what? You're going to have 30, 40, you're going to have a lot of those, right? Well, when they're this far apart. And then the next one's going to be 50 and so forth, 60s and 70s. It just, that's the way it works. Okay? So I realized that I got 40 and 40, which is 80, plus the 20, which is 100, right? And then I add that 11 to it, so I get 111. So the answer is 111. Okay? And that's how I go about doing that. Now, that's for summations, right? That's for summations. Okay? Now, what about for productation? Well, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to have this whole idea of 3 times 3, right? Plus 2, right? But instead of adding, now we're going to multiply. 3 times 4 plus 2. But it's not going to change. The numbers don't change, right? And that's what I tried to do for you, is try to make it simple so that you would go, okay, I get this. So that means I'm taking 11 times 14 times 17 times 20 times 23 times 26, right? It's going to be a pretty big number. And there's patterns to this also. Busting out the pattern for you between this small numbers isn't really logical. It's just, it would be faster to just plug it in the calculator. So I would take 11 times, whoops, as long as I plug in the numbers right, 11 times 14 times 17 times 20 times 23 times 26. Did I get all my numbers?
Yeah.
Equals, whoo, it's a big number. 31311,280. So this would equal 31,311,280. Okay. All right. Now later on, we're going to take these products and these sums. We're going to be subtracting them, and you know, when we get into multivariable calculus. Okay. Well, we won't do it, but you will when you get to college. That's right. College. All right, baby. Love ya. Keep it up. Questions? All right.